Have you ever felt ignored, sidelined, or treated as someone's backup plan? Maybe someone you care about doesn't prioritize you, leaving you feeling undervalued and invisible. Stoicism provides timeless wisdom to navigate such situations with dignity and self-respect. In this video, we'll uncover 11 secrets to transform yourself into the first choice of others, especially in relationships. Learn how to command respect, value your time, and create a life so remarkable that others are drawn to you effortlessly. 1. Be fascinating. To become someone's priority, you must offer something unforgettable, whether it's your knowledge, confidence, or ability to inspire. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once reflected, "What stands in the way becomes the way." Turn your struggles into stepping stones that make you extraordinary. Imagine a young man in ancient Rome who worked tirelessly at a blacksmith's forge. His peers mocked him for his humble beginnings, but he pursued philosophy and self-discipline on the side. One day he debated a senator publicly and left the entire audience mesmerized. That man became Epictetus, one of the greatest philosophers in history. His fascinating mind elevated him above his circumstances and made him unforgettable. Develop unique qualities that draw people in. Master a skill, read widely, and explore your passions. Show the world, and those who undervalue you, that you are not ordinary. 2. Justify your importance. Epictetus once said, "You are a product of what you believe." If you act like you're replaceable, people will treat you that way. Instead, justify your value through confidence and contributions. During a siege in ancient Rome, Marcus Aurelius faced constant criticism for his leadership style. Instead of reacting emotionally, he focused on creating a legacy of wisdom and calm. His collected demeanor under pressure made even his critics admire him. If someone in your life treats you as unimportant, don't plead for their attention. Instead, demonstrate your value through your actions. Your achievements will justify your importance without you uttering a word. 3. Create your own happiness. Relying on others for happiness is a trap. As Seneca observed, the greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. You don't need someone else to complete you. Your happiness starts with you. Seneca himself was betrayed by those closest to him in Nero's court, yet he maintained his composure and wrote some of his most inspiring works during his exile. He created joy through reflection and writing, unaffected by external circumstances. Don't seek validation from someone who doesn't prioritize you. Pursue hobbies, build meaningful friendships, and engage in activities that bring you joy. When your happiness radiates from within, others will be drawn to your energy. 4. Recognize your worth. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of Stoicism. Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." If someone undervalues you, don't internalize it. It reflects their inability to see your worth, not your actual value. Consider Socrates, who was condemned to death by his own people. Instead of lamenting their judgment, he said, "I do not care about their opinion, as long as I remain true to myself." Socrates valued his integrity over the fleeting approval of others. If someone fails to see your worth, let them go. Never compromise your self-respect to fit into someone else's narrative. 5. Define your own path. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." This means your choices shape your identity. Stop trying to follow someone else's script, especially if they don't prioritize you. Define your own path. The Roman general Cato refused to align himself with corrupt political forces, even when it meant risking his career. His unwavering principles made him a revered figure in history, while his opponents faded into obscurity. Set personal goals that align with your values. Walk away from situations or relationships where you're not valued. By forging your own path, you'll attract people who respect your journey. 6. Put yourself first. Putting yourself first isn't selfish, it's necessary. Seneca wrote, "He who is everywhere is nowhere." If you spread yourself thin for people who don't prioritize you, you'll lose focus and energy. Epictetus was born a slave, but refused to see himself as inferior. By prioritizing his education and philosophy, he rose to become one of the most respected minds of his time. Focus on your health, career, and passions. Prioritize those who reciprocate your energy. Never exhaust yourself for people who don't appreciate your efforts. 7. Value your time. Like gold, time is your most precious resource. Seneca cautioned, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." When Marcus Aurelius was emperor, he managed his time meticulously. Despite his responsibilities, he found moments to write Meditations, a work that inspires millions even today. Don't waste time chasing someone who doesn't prioritize you. Spend it on activities and people who enrich your life. Your time is your wealth. Treat it accordingly. 8. Exchange ideas and planning relationships should involve meaningful exchanges, not one-sided effort. Epictetus believed in the power of dialogue, saying, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Marcus Aurelius surrounded himself with advisors who challenged his views and helped him grow. He valued open discussion and planning, which made him a wise leader. Engage in relationships where ideas, dreams, and plans are exchanged. If someone doesn't reciprocate, reevaluate their role in your life. 9. Control your emotions. Emotional mastery is key to Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Letting emotions drive your actions gives power to others. When faced with betrayal, Seneca didn't lash out. Instead, he wrote letters that inspired millions, turning his pain into wisdom. When someone mistreats you, don't react impulsively. Respond with dignity and let your actions reflect your composure. 10. Know the appropriate. Epictetus emphasized, know what is in your control and what is not. Recognizing when to act or withdraw is crucial. When Socrates realized his trial was unjust, he accepted his fate with grace rather than escaping. His decision inspired generations to prioritize integrity over convenience. Set boundaries and enforce them. Respect yourself enough to walk away when you're undervalued. 11. Discover happiness. True happiness comes from within. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." The Stoics often meditated on nature's simplicity, how the sun rises without asking for applause. Similarly, your happiness shouldn't depend on external approval. Practice gratitude and find joy in the small things. When you're content within, you'll naturally attract those who value you. Being treated as a second option is never acceptable. Stoicism teaches us to rise above such situations by focusing on self-respect, personal growth, and emotional mastery. If someone doesn't prioritize you, don't fight for their attention. Instead, invest in yourself and build a life so remarkable that people are compelled to make you their first choice. Remember, you're not here to beg for attention or settle for less. You're here to thrive, lead, and inspire. Will you rise to become the priority you deserve to be? The choice is yours.